The crystal chandeliers in the Grand Heritage Ballroom cast a warm, deceptive glow over the sea of white linens and champagne flutes. But the air was thick with something unspoken, something rotten beneath the celebration. Harlan Brooks stood at the head table, his weathered hands steady despite the storm brewing inside him. At 65, he looked every bit the unassuming Kansas wheat farmer in his rented tuxedo, his face etched with lines from decades under the relentless prairie sun. But tonight, as his daughter Elena exchanged vows with Marcus Reed, Harlan's silence wasn't born of sentiment, it was a weapon, honed over months of quiet agony. Watching the man who promised to love his child slowly poison their family from within. It started 8 months earlier. Not with a bang, but with a whisper of doubt that gnawed at Harlan's gut like a hidden rust in the combine harvester. Marcus had appeared at Sunday brunch arm in arm with Elena, all polished charm and Harvard Law credentials. 38. With a sleek office in Wichita specializing in elder estate solutions, he spoke in that slow, patronizing drawl that made Harlan feel like a relic. "Harlan, buddy, how's the old homestead holding up?" Marcus would say, clapping a hand on his shoulder as if testing for frailty. Elena, with her trusting eyes and social work degree, beamed. "Dad, Marcus is brilliant with finances. He could really help lighten your load." Harlan had built his 1,200-acre spread from the 40 he'd inherited from his pa, turning Dust Bowl dirt into golden waves of wheat worth $2.8 million. But Marcus saw vulnerability, a widower managing it all solo since his wife's cancer took her 5 years back. The pressure built subtly at first, like storm clouds gathering on the horizon. Over Thanksgiving ham, Marcus leaned in. "Harlan, 1,200 acres is no small feat for a man your age. Ever think about the inheritance taxes eating Elena alive if something happens?" Elena nodded. Her fork paused midair. "He's right, Dad. We don't want probate tying everything in knots." Harlan chewed slowly, his silence masking the first flicker of betrayal's sting, his own daughter, swayed by this outsider's silver tongue. By Christmas, the whispers turned to prods. Marcus arrived with glossy brochures on family trusts, his voice dripping false concern. "You're a hardworking guy, Harlan. But these markets are volatile. Wheat futures could tank. Let me handle the complexities as trustee, no skin off your back." The 1.5% annual fee he mentioned casually? That was $42,000 a year bleeding from Harlan's legacy. Harlan's chest tightened, remembering his late wife's words, "Trust your instincts." People show their colors in time. But he stayed quiet, nodding just enough to keep the peace. While inside, the wound of Elena's growing distance festered, her calls shorter, her visits laced with Marcus's advice. The real knife twisted in February, at a family dinner where Marcus unveiled preliminary documents. Thick, embossed pages declaring an irrevocable trust, grantor Harlan Brooks, trustee Marcus Reed. "This gives me full reign to manage. Sell if needed. Reinvest wisely," Marcus explained, his eyes gleaming like a coyote spotting prey. Harlan scanned the fine print, absolute discretion, no revocation clause, and felt the betrayal sink deeper. This wasn't help, it was a cage. "What's your cut, son?" Harlan asked flatly. Marcus smiled. "Just family, Harlan. Those standard fees apply." Elena squeezed his hand. "Dad, it's for your peace of mind." That night, alone on his porch staring at the endless fields, Harlan's silence cracked into resolve. He wasn't just a farmer. He'd spent 28 years as a forensic auditor for Big Four firms before returning to the land, unraveling corporate scams worth billions. Marcus had picked the wrong mark. He hired a PI in Wichita the next day, a sharp ex-detective named Lila Grant. Dig deep on Marcus Reed. Patterns. Lawsuits. Everything. As weeks passed, Harlan played the fool, enduring Marcus's escalating barbs. Easter brunch at Marcus's sleek condo. His family, father a retired DA, mother a corporate lawyer, spoke over Harlan like he was invisible. Elder law's crucial, Marcus's dad intoned. These rural folks build wealth but lack the savvy to shield it. Marcus translated slowly. They're talking tax shelters. Harlan. Nothing to fret over. The condescension burned. But Harlan swallowed it. His laying a shield while Lila's reports trickled in. 2 settled lawsuits for financial exploitation. Bar complaints alleging elder abuse. A trail of drained estates across Kansas and Oklahoma. By March, the reports painted a monster. Marcus wasn't a lone wolf. He ran a ring, targeting isolated seniors with fake trusts, siphoning millions through fees and sham sales. Harlan's farm wasn't just land, it was $2.8 million in assets, plus equipment. Royalties from wind turbines he'd negotiated. Signing would hand Marcus irrevocable control, letting him mortgage, sell, and leave Elena penniless, dependent on his whims. Worse, Elena was ensnared. Parroting Marcus, "Dad, you're too stubborn. Successful people delegate." The psychological toll mounted nights Harlan paced, haunted by visions of his wife's grave desecrated by loss, his daughter's future shattered. Silence became his armor, but revenge simmered beneath. The wedding in April was Marcus's endgame. Sunny skies over Wichita's finest venue. 180 guests, including Marcus's legal cronies and Judge Evelyn Hart. Harlan's old audit buddy now on the bench. Elena glowed in ivory lace, but Harlan's pocket held the PI's 102-page dossier and a recorder. At the reception, Marcus seized the mic mid-toasts. "Folks, a special moment. Harlan's joining our family trust tonight, protecting his legacy with my expert hand." He produced documents, a notary in tow fake. As Harlan knew, the room hushed as Marcus urged, "Sign here." Harlan. For Elena. Pressure crushed in, eyes on him. Elena's hopeful gaze. The trap of public expectation. Harlan's heart pounded. The months of swallowed pain erupting. "Judge Hart. Mind reviewing these?" Evelyn approached, her eyes narrowing over the pages. Murmurs rippled as she questioned, "Irrevocable with absolute power? No oversight?" Marcus flushed. "Standard, Your Honor." But Harlan rose, voice steady. "I've done my homework too." He revealed the dossier, 4 lawsuits. Bar ethics probes. Victims like widow Clara Voss, who lost her ranch to your management. Gasps echoed. Elena whispered, "Dad." Marcus blustered. Lies. Frivolous claims. Then Harlan played the tape, Marcus's voice booming. "This old wheat farmer's a gold mine, $2.8 mil easy. Won't spot the clauses." The ballroom froze. Elena's face crumpled. Betrayal hitting like a gut punch, her husband. Her love. Exposed as a predator who'd romanced her for access. Marcus lunged. But Detective Carla Voss, invited as a guest, stepped in. Cuffs ready. Elder abuse. Fraud attempt. As Marcus was led away. Screaming denials. Harlan met Elena's eyes. "I stayed silent to protect you. But the cost. It nearly broke us." In the aftermath, chaos reigned. Guests whispered. Marcus's colleagues distanced themselves. Elena collapsed into Harlan's arms, sobs racking her. "How could I not see? I betrayed you." Harlan held her, his own tears silent. "You loved Elena. That's no crime." But he preyed on it. Judge Hart confirmed the docs were fraudulent. The notary a plant. Voss revealed Marcus's empire, $12 million stolen from 9 victims. a network spanning states. Harlan's evidence dismantled it all. Arrests followed. Bar disbarment. Assets seized for restitution. But the true price lingered in the quiet nights. Elena annulled the marriage. Moved back to the farm. Her trust shattered. Therapy sessions unraveling the manipulation scars. Harlan taught her the ropes, audits, futures, defenses, turning pain into power. Yet sleep evaded him. Haunted by what-ifs, had he spoken sooner? Would Elena hate him? The revenge tasted bitter. A Pyrrhic victory over a man who'd cost them innocence. Months later, as wheat swayed under Kansas skies, Elena said, "Dad, silence saved us. But it hurt." Harlan nodded. The wait eternal. Choices always do, darlin'. But we'd pay it again to keep what's ours.